What's up guys and girls, Lazy Dragon here, and welcome to Star Wars, The Force Unleashed. And now of course this week the benevolent overlords at Microsoft decided to have a great big sale on backwards compatible games for the Xbox One. So we're going back and playing a few 360 games that I thoroughly enjoyed. Now you might be thinking, what's the point in playing Force Unleashed? It's not canon anymore, who cares? Well, my friend, we're going to play the DLC for Force Unleashed, which was never canon and involves us murdering Obi-Wan Kenobi's ghost. Yeah, it's that sort of DLC. So buckle in, because for a time, people thought that this was how Star Wars should have ended. Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the USS Big Pointy Star Destroyer, as it sets out on a voyage to blow up the ship from the start of Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Whee, look at it go. And with that one shot, we see that our brand new player character is not messing around. Starkiller is here to play for keeps, because he's so much more badass than Darth Vader, and oh my god, he's just the coolest, you guys. Look at his robot hands. Do you reckon he gets a manicure for those nails? And with that one sentence, this edgelord Darth Vader can no longer be taken seriously.
I sense that you have not succeeded in tracking down your objective, my apprentice.
No, my master.
As I expected, you will proceed to the palace of
And conveniently, the only people around here that know what's going on is Jabba the Hutt. So of course we'll just have to go on a walking tour of all of Tatooine's most famous sites.
I will not fail you.
Almost as if this DLC is a greatest hits album of Star Wars A New Hope. Let's go to all of the fun places from the film and murder all of the interesting creatures.
The Emperor has instructed me to assist you as needed.
What sort of assistance do you offer, Captain Beerus?
Yes, my lord. It appears that you...
Because I am the man who literally killed Darth Vader. That is how this DLC starts. It's old Tusken Raider face over here, murdering one of the greatest cinematic villains ever. So they decided to give him his own DLC. I mean, when a guy that's powerful enough to stab Vader in the face comes up to you and asks for DLC, you're not exactly going to say no to him. Especially when the entirety of it consists of him killing Jawas, and slicing Jawas, and occasionally throwing swords at Jawas. Okay, I didn't even touch that house, it just collapsed on its own. Starkiller's reputation is known far and wide. Houses collapse at the mere mention of his name.
Our scanners are showing your route is blocked by the Jabbas Crawler. If you could find a way to apply a very large amount of force to the side of the crawler, it should...
Apply a very large amount of force, you say? Yeah, I think I've got some force tucked away somewhere. Hoping there wasn't a small village down there, because they're going to get very rudely awakened by a sandcrawler falling through their roof. The Tuskens! Oh, I love the Tuskens. It's a... You sneaky buggers. You tricked me into getting hit by a boulder. Apparently this counts as a security system. A bunch of eyeballs in a door. Not entirely sure how much money Jabba paid for this security system, but I think he got ripped off. Because of course the one person he would want to try and keep out of his house is the psychopathic guy who murdered Darth Vader. And who is the one guy who can get into his house? It's the psychopathic guy who murdered Darth Vader. Gamorrean guards! Hello, Piggly Wiggly friends. I mean, I understand that they're giant pigs and all, but they have to wear nappies. I mean, seriously, hang on. Flip one of them over. Look at it. Look at it. Do the Gamorreans not understand the concept of underwear? Or are they all just incontinent? Surely you can't all have problems with incontinence. You don't all need to be wearing nappies. Or diapers in America. Actually, if they are incontinent, I probably shouldn't hold them over my head. That's just tempting fate. Now, at any point in the history of gaming have the words, "Come downstairs, I mean you no harm," ever been taken literally? Something tells me that old Jabba the Hutt might be telling porky pies. Also, weird graphical glitch with this game. I've turned off the lightsaber and put it on the belt, yet for some reason it's still waving around, all fancy free.
The Empire seeks 2 droids, Astromech and Protocol. You will be compensated for any information that your spies can provide.
No droid on Tatooine.
Look who's hiding out conveniently in the background. It's Boba Fett. And because this entire DLC is just glorified fanfiction, guess who will be fighting later? The Rancor. Ooh. Excuse me, Gamorreans. I think you've got slightly bigger problems to worry about right now. You don't need to poke me in the butt with an axe. Just gonna raise this convenient gate up. The Rancor stays back there. That would be excuse me, sir. Oh no, Jabba's Rancor! If only it could have seen that death coming. If only it's been killed that way hundreds of thousands of times in cinema. Also, the creature's corpse has just disappeared, but the gate hasn't moved. Ha. Maybe it's invisible? Nope. Its body is completely gone. Well, that's another security system we've just broken. Sorry, Jabba, we're going to have to pay an awful lot to repair his house when we're done here. What was your favourite part of Jabbas Palace? Was it torturing poor defenceless droids? Because if so, we've got the DLC for you. The only people whose favourite scene was the torture part of Jabbas Palace were the same kids that burn ants with a magnifying glass. Poor droid, I'm going to put him out of his misery. I said I'm going to put him out of his... God damn it. There we go. Now he's dead. We are a merciful God. Why did they program the Gonk droid to feel pain? It's a robot, it should not have pain receptors on its feet, and you certainly shouldn't be able to torture the poor thing. Yet apparently you get an achievement for doing just that. Yes, you can kill every enemy in this game with just a little bit of lightning. And seriously, was nobody wearing rubber gloves? If Pokemon is anything to go by, then all you need to stop being electrocuted is a good pair of rubber gloves, and to teach Pikachu to stop being such a dick. Suddenly, a slide. That's actually the closest thing that Jabba's children ever got to a playground. It was a slide leading directly into a crusher. 3 guesses what happened to all of Jabba's children. Apparently the only way out of this room is under a crusher and then through a bunch of flamethrowers. Jabba's Palace must be a health and safety nightmare. Ah, and a second additional slide, in case any of Jabba's offspring actually made it through the crushers, the fire, and the other assorted death traps. Only the strong shall survive. Only the strong get to slide. It's a great big room, filled with chest-high walls and other sorts of cover. What could be going on here? Oh, it's a boss fight.
Your head's worth a lot of credits, so I'll be bringing it back to Jabba now.
Ah, it's Boba Fett. Will he die in an even stupider manner than he did in the film? Of course. Because you can just stab him on the ground over and over again. And if that's too much effort, you can just electrocute the poor son of a bitch. Look at that jetpack go. Sweeping him along the floor like a majestic mop. Look at him go! Now, normally there's supposed to be a QuickTime event. There's the QuickTime event. As Boba takes a moment to really think about his knees. Yeah, you're not going to get away that easily, I'm afraid. Let me just set up the lightning again. And there we go. Round and round like a Catherine wheel. It's a grenade! Oh, we actually got hit by the grenade. Well done, Boba. Unfortunately, he didn't bother to use the time to escape. No, he decided to get a second grenade. Sorry, but the fans aren't going to be able to bring you back from that one. Also, very convenient that his helmet flew off completely undamaged.
I'm afraid I cannot allow you to do that.
And roll them from one boss battle straight into another.
I have waited many years to destroy the real Obi-Wan Kenobi.
At least we assume that's the real Obi-Wan Kenobi. For all we know, we're just suffering from heat stroke, because we're an idiot who decided to wear like 6 layers before going to the desert. And how do you beat every enemy in this game? Copious amounts of lightning. As we leave poor Obi-Wan Kenobi there to dance a merry little jig of electrocution. See, poor Obi-Wan Kenobi did that without even taking any damage. We'll ignore the fact that this is our second time through the boss fight. First time doesn't count. Because Starkiller is just so cool that he can instantly revive from death at full health. Because he is just that cool, you guys.
It's a shame you had to choose the dark side.
He came back more powerful than we could possibly imagine. By which I mean, he's slightly transparent now. How are we having a saber fight with a ghost? Never really explained. I mean, yeah, it's cool and all, but now he's just sitting down for afternoon tea. How is he holding a lightsaber? He doesn't have arms. What'd I tell you? Lightning always wins. Starkiller is in fact Pikachu in disguise.
Run, Luke, run!
Also, at the start of the fight with Ghost Obi-Wan, Millennium Falcon was just taking off. It had lifted up into the sky getting ready to go.
Shame you had to choose.
The fight took us about a solid minute, 60 seconds. It took them 60 seconds to turn that ship in a half circle and take off properly. How lazy is Han Solo in this version of Star Wars? And that's the end. The entire DLC takes less than half an hour, and a lot of people were very frustrated by this because they spent about 10 quid to buy the thing for 20 minutes of content. But anyway, thank you for joining me, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'm sure we'll be doing a few more Xbox 360 backwards compatibility titles, due to the giant sale that Microsoft is throwing for all of us peasants out there who are poor and can only hope that one day we will have money to buy games for the current generation of consoles. But anyway, until next time, farewell everyone.